What's up, nerds? It is a lovely Friday afternoon. The morning fog has drifted off. It is that perfect hour of 2 o'clock. Just you need to go outside and go for a walk and enjoy the fall weather, my favorite time of year. So it seems as the year progresses to a rather interesting close in the tabletop role-playing game Ecosphere, we have spun the wheel of irrelevance so many times that we are now having to dig deeper into topics in order to be angry at each other. Therefore, it should come as no surprise that recently I made a comment about Critical Role that got me into trouble. And recently I made a comment about 4th edition that got me into trouble. Now, I'm not going to cover both of those because that would just be too long. And I think 4th edition, should I choose to talk about it again, deserves its own thing. So let's talk about my favorite topic, Critical Role and Critters, and my unbelievably negative experience with Critters. And is Critical Role a scripted show? Now let me define scripted. Scripted in the same way that the Kardashians or American Pickers or professional wrestling is scripted. Not scripted like a movie, okay? Do I think that current Critical Role productions are scripted in the same way pro wrestling is scripted? And my answer is, yeah, I kind of think they do. And sure, I could dig up evidence that says, with a reasonable doubt, yes, it is scripted. But then there's just as much evidence that would lead you to believe, no, it's not scripted, because there's no way they could have known that what could happen, or blah, blah, blah. And there's enough arguments for both that at this point it's pointless. So while I could dig up proof, why? I mean, the proof is out there. I've already done it hundreds of times. I don't need to. Again. Maybe originally first half campaign 1 was done live. No parachute. Just things happened as they happened. Nobody had any idea. I will acquiesce that first half of campaign 1, everything they did from the home stuff and maybe the Geek and Sundry stuff before they switched to 5e, that might have been just live. Once they left Geek and Sundry, became their own thing and started becoming a much more polished production, I'm going to say that, yeah, they're the first hints of the staff generally having an idea of what's going to happen. Now, again, this is scripted in the same way a professional wrestling match is scripted, in that things change on the fly and there's absolutely no way of knowing what's going to happen in the match once the match starts. So let's use an example of a recent match between Jon Moxley and Rey Fenix, one of the greatest high flyers in the world. Okay, so the end of that match, Moxley was supposed to win. But Moxley got a concussion early on in the match, and he knew he was concussed. So he knew he couldn't continue the match, and he knew he's going to have to take a break because he got the concussion. So scripted, Moxley was supposed to win. But things happened, so they called an audible. Let's switch the ending. You win, Rey Fenix, okay? The referee didn't know this because he didn't hear Moxley call the audible. So when Phoenix pinned Mox the first time, the referee only did a 2 count because he was still following the script that Mox was supposed to win. Then Mox got up, told him, they redid the finish, and Phoenix pinned. That's the kind of professional that Jon Moxley is, by the way. So that is how I define scripted Critical Role. Going in, second half of campaign 1, probably campaign 2, and maybe campaign 3, definitely Xandria Unlimited. They probably had a general idea, we're going to go in, and these are the things that might happen today. These are the scripted encounters, okay? But dice rolls, real life situations, there's no way to count for that, technical issues, just the everyday nonsense that could happen during a game that's being, live streamed. So while it's possibly scripted, things happen, and because things happen, like somebody rolling a one or whatever, or Laura Bailey going into labor, or just any one of the million things, they have to change the script on the fly. Oh, look at this one. And that's it. So here we go. Do I think Critical Role Campaign 1 was scripted? First half, no. Second half, maybe. Campaign 2, 60% chance Campaign 2 had some scripting in it. The Xandri Unlimited stuff definitely feels like it was scripted and railroaded. Campaign 3, 80% I think is scripted. But then there's things happening in Campaign 3 that nobody had planned on. So again, scripted doesn't mean planned. Doesn't mean you know exactly what's going to heap. Apparently 2 of the player characters are turning evil. There's no way Mercer do that. And apparently during one of the shows, Mercer had to get up and leave. There's no way to know that. So yeah. Now, does it matter? Is it scripted? Yes. Is it live? Not scripted? Yes. Does it matter? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Does my level of respect for Critical Role have changed in any way, shape, or form? No, it hasn't. Does my feeling for the hardcore critters change? No, it hasn't. Does it matter? Does it matter? No, it does not. Because bottom line, who the fuck cares what I think? Why are you so upset? Big deal. I know pro wrestling is scripted. I still enjoy it. Here, do you enjoy watching the show that is Critical Role every week or every other week or whatever they do it now? The answer is yes, then nothing else should matter. If you look forward to that 2-3 hour block, if you get excited and invested in that 2-3 hour block, nothing else matters. Doesn't matter if it's scripted or live or whatever. Nothing I say matters. It's a show. As long as you're enjoying that show and invested in that show, they're doing their job. And as long as they're doing their job, you'll keep coming back and they'll keep doing their job and they'll make money. And as long as they're making money, they'll continue to do a good job and you'll continue to enjoy it. And that's how it works. And that's all that matters. What I think doesn't matter. If you're getting upset at me bringing up the scripted thing now, after all this time, it's just because it's the end of the year. We need reasons to stay angry at each other. And I can't come up with one. So, oh, there he is. Who the fuck cares what I think about Critical Role at this point in time? After, what is it, 8 years now? So there you go. In closing, do I think it's scripted? Yeah, probably. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. If I upset you by saying it's scripted, I'm sorry, but who cares? Do you enjoy watching it? Then that's all that matters. I'm one guy living on an island off the coast of Costa Rica in a small little secret underground lair, broadcasting to an audience of 1,500, 30% of which are probably bots. My opinion doesn't matter. Go watch the show, invest in the show, give them incentive to keep making a good show and making good product. Give them incentive to get Candle Obscura and Illuminated Worlds and Daggerheart out there. Because that's what I care about, what they're doing to help or hinder the industry. That's the only thing Critical Role does that truly matters to me. Okay, that's all I have to say about that subject. Hopefully it won't come up again. Let me know what your feelings are. See you.